The state of New York, and quite a few of the more forward-looking industries, now have comprehensive retirement programs for their employees. We shall review these programs under a number of different topics. Such things as pensions, for example, are very important in financial aspects of the program. To take advantage of what the state offers, you must plan ahead for your financial security by working out a system of sound savings, insurance, and fiscal management in general. Now, I'm sure you all recognize the importance of this type of planning. Another subject we shall discuss is the question of housing. As we grow older and our children mature and move away, our housing requirements change. New York State also very sensibly realizes that people age at different rates. A man may be old at 55. Another may be relatively young at 70. Under the state's retirement program, a person may retire voluntarily from ages 55 through 70. These counseling sessions are designed to help you prepare for that time. But whatever retirement comes for you, at 55, 65, or 70, chances are it will seem just like day after tomorrow. Today, I want to discuss with you another topic, the subject of health. Financial security, proper housing, none of these things will mean much if you have lost your health in your later years. We plan for these other things, but do we plan ahead for good health? Probably most of you don't think much about your health until you become sick. You wait until something is wrong with you before seeing a doctor. In your office work, you take a regular inventory of supplies. But how many of you in private life take a health inventory? The first step in planning for good health is to see your doctor to get such an inventory. Now, next week we'll discuss this further, and we'll also discuss health insurance. Now, until next week then, thank you.
I don't know about you, Jim, but I'm a busy man. I don't have time to keep running around to these doctors. Mr. Stanley, we'll see you Thursday at 2:15. Don't worry about a thing.
Goodbye, Doctor. Thank you.
Did you put that appointment down? He's frightened. People just don't seem to come in unless they're afraid of something. Then they don't want to admit it. Say they just want a routine checkup. Mr. Stanley's afraid he has stomach ulcers. He might have, too. We'll have to run some tests on him. So who's the next patient?
Here's his file, Doctor. He wants a routine physical.
Routine checkup. I wonder what's really wrong with him. My male patients are worse than the women about this sort of thing. By and large, people don't take as much care of their bodies as they do of their cars. They'll take the car in for servicing once a month, maybe more often. But their bodies, oh no. Lots of these diseases can be helped if we can catch them in time. But it's hard to get people to come in unless they're really ill or think they're becoming sick. And then it may be too late. In the old days, the doctor got to know his patients. He saw them week in and week out, when they were healthy as well as when they were sick. He knew their habits, at play, at work. He knew their worries, too. Perhaps that's why he was a pretty good diagnostician, even without the tools of modern medicine.
Hello, sweetheart. Well, what do we got here? Looks good. Smells good.
Supper will be ready in a minute. How's the new girl working out?
Well, as a matter of fact, I haven't been in the office much today. We spent most of the day listening to some dull talk about getting annual physical checkups so you can be healthy in your old age. How to be spry at 70.
It has been a long time since you've been to the doctor. Maybe you should go in for a checkup. I wish you would call him and make an appointment.
Oh, no.
Something wrong, dear?
Horace Wilkins, former state employee, died at Memorial Hospital of cancer after a short illness. Wilkins was 66.
Gee, Doc, I feel like a fool coming here and taking up your time when I don't hurt, don't have a fever or anything. You mean you can't even offer me an old-fashioned bellyache? Not a burp, not a belch, I swear, Doc. You see, it's these retirement talks they're having down at the office. This fellow told us to go and see our doctors and get a physical checkup. Only he called it health inventory or something like that. Oh, sure, and I'm all in favor of them. You don't have to apologize for coming in when you're not sick. I wish more people would. They'd live a lot longer. Come on in and have a seat. I guess this will be the same sort of thing I had when I got my insurance. Just a routine little checkup, right, Doc? Well, to do the thorough checkup they are recommending and what I would recommend as your doctor, we'll have to spend some time on it. You see, when someone comes in and tells us about a stomach ache, we can often spot the trouble pretty fast. But when we're looking for subtle things, say a mild kidney disorder that hardly shows up now but may give trouble later on, well, it may take several visits, and it will cost you some money. Okay, Doc, let's get started. Oh, now, wait a minute. First, you and I have to do some talking. I haven't seen you in quite a while, you know. Not since you had that bout with the flu. How have you been feeling lately? Any more illnesses that put you in bed? As I say, I can't complain. Haven't missed a day's work in years. Oh, I've had an odd cold or two, but nothing serious, you understand. Mm-hmm. You work for the state, don't you? How's the job going? Been busy lately? Oh, we're always busy in my section. As a matter of fact, we've taken on some new help, and it's a hard job getting them broken in. I don't know what's the matter with the young people today. They just don't seem to care about their work. I have to watch every detail. You know, an error in my section might cost the taxpayers a lot of money. Maybe I am a worrywart, but someone has to check on the details. I try to impress on my staff the importance of accuracy. Check and double check, that's my rule. But a lot of these young people just don't understand. I never ask the unreasonable. I don't expect them to work overtime. I'm the one who puts in the extra hours. How long have you been working in that office, Mr. Humphrey? 11 years, 5 months, and 10 days. And I still can't get used to all the paperwork. You see, I used to be out on the road for the department. I stayed in good shape in those days, traveling on country roads in all kinds of weather, playing ball with the gang in my spare time. Well,
Those days are past. Road work, baseball, that's for the youngsters, I guess. In the office, if it's not the regular reports, there's always something else to keep me working late.
From what Humphrey told me, it became apparent that his life, like so many other people's in their middle years, had assumed an unbalanced routine. He missed the vigorous activity of the past, but saw no way out of the sedentary rut he was in. One thing about Mike Humphrey hadn't changed with the years. Time had thinned his hair, but not his waistline. Mike's appetite remained constant.
My wife just loves to cook, Doc.
And you don't like to disappoint her. Well, what are you doing? Come on, let's get you weighed in.
Oh, wait a minute, Doc. Let's not make things worse than they are. After all, those shoes do weigh something.
Now, what's your best weight, Mr. Humphrey?
Well, I used to check in at 155.
20 pounds over. That puts an extra strain on the heart, on the whole system. All right, step off. Come on over to the table, please. What are you doing for recreation these days, Mr. Humphrey? Playing any golf, softball, bowling?
I only wish I had the time, Doc. I guess I'm just an armchair athlete these days. We did have a softball team, though, a few years ago. It was out at 5 points. Place is a shopping center now. I still get on to see the gang every once in a while at the club. And I'm still interested in baseball. The Red Sox is my team, even though I get awfully mad at that manager sometimes.
But the Red Sox manager's walking out to the mound to talk to Smith. Will he send him to the showers or will he leave him at... No, he's waving toward the bullpen. And Robinson, the third pitcher today for the Red Sox, is coming in. Smith is getting a big hand from the crowd on his way to the Red Sox dugout. He's pitched plenty good ball in the 3 innings he's been in there. 1 run, 3 hits, and he is, of course...
I could murder that manager. Why, when he switched pitchers for the 3rd time in that game with the Indians last Friday, I thought I'd blow my stack.
All right, just take it easy now while I get your blood pressure. I gave Mike a pretty thorough workup. Blood pressure, chest examination, reflexes, blood tests, urine. Since there was no indication of gastrointestinal trouble or glandular disorders, I didn't run a GI series or a basal metabolic rate test on him. We did several x-rays. In men who smoke as many cigarettes as Mike, we must always think of lung cancer. In Mike, there was no sign of a malignancy. I wanted to check his blood pressure again. It's still elevated.
Just how bad is my blood pressure, Doctor?
Well, it's higher than it should be, and combined with other factors, such as, in your case, overweight, it could be pretty rough on the heart.
Doctor, did you know Horace Wilkins?
Why, yes, I knew him, though I hadn't seen much of him until his last illness. He never came in for a checkup, and consequently, we didn't discover the malignancy until it was too late. Very unfortunate. He seemed a fine man.
Yes, he was a fine man. He used to be in our department before his retirement. What a worker. What a terrific worker. Maybe that was his trouble. He didn't seem to have any interest in anything besides his work. Didn't plan ahead. After he left, he fell to pieces. Could you have stopped the cancer, Doctor, if he'd come to you sooner?
Well, Mike, we can't always prevent these tragedies. Medical science is not that advanced. We can diagnose many forms of cancer at an early stage, and then we can provide effective treatment. And we can also spot other danger signals, such as those associated with strokes, which are among the most common causes of death in later life. Remember when I looked into your eyes with this? I wasn't checking your vision. I was looking at the tiny blood vessels in the back of your eyes. Normally, they look like look at these other blood vessels. See these white lines along the arteries? This indicates that the blood vessels are sclerotic and that deposits have formed. As we get older, our arteries tend to harden and deposits form on their walls. In plain language, our pipes get rusty. We don't know how to prevent this, but we can control it to some extent. We can observe the changes as they occur. Most important, we can learn to live up to and within the range of our capabilities.
In other words, somebody like me, high blood pressure, better take it pretty easy and not exert himself, huh?
Well, no, not exactly, Mike. Your blood vessels looked okay and your heart checked out in fine shape. Remember how we did it? We tested it under stress. You don't test an automobile engine for power by letting it idle. After testing you here in the office, I sent you to the cardiovascular center. All the tests, including the electrocardiographs before and after stress, indicate your heart is in fine shape. No, Mike, I'd say you're not living up to your capacity. Oh, I don't say you have to go out and run a mile or chop a cord of wood before breakfast. But a certain amount of exercise is important to good health, as is sleep, diet, care of the eyes and the teeth, and some other things I want to talk with you about. There's a pamphlet here I'd like to have you look at. It doesn't give all the answers, but it does offer a sound health plan. We looked at it and talked about it and applied the suggestions to Mike's case. For instance, Mike had neglected his teeth. His gums were in bad shape, so he went to the dentist. Mike didn't want to give up eating in his later years. Another thing Mike had neglected were his eyes. Mike has to use his eyes a lot in his work. He found the new glasses the eye doctor prescribed for him helped him to read more easily. He remembered to take the pills I gave him for his blood pressure, and he cut down on his eating, especially the use of salt. Mike's attention to details was beginning to pay off. Mike even cut down on his smoking, but he didn't quit entirely. A man doesn't change old habits overnight any more than he drops old friends. He got some of the old gang from the sports club to join him on a bowling team. Pretty soon they were in league competition.
It's all right. You better make it now. You can put him up next. Right in the pocket. I can see it good from over. Okay, come on, Mike. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Mike. Come on. Come on, Mike. Let's go. Come on. Two trains down. You can hook on it. Come on. Let's go, Mike. Come on. Come on. Take it easy, Mike. Come on. Come on. Come on. Behind you, Mike.
You don't become perfect all at once. Improvement in bowling, in gardening, and in health comes slowly. But little by little, Mike Humphrey began enjoying better health today as he was working for a healthier tomorrow. Remember how Mike used to bring his work and his worries home? Now he started leaving them at the office, where they belong. I didn't have to worry about Mike showing up for his annual examination. He'd been coming in pretty regularly since his first visit. Say, these are real beauts, Mike. Are you sure you can spare them?
Sure, we got a lot more at home, Doc. Matter of fact, we got more than we can eat or my wife can preserve. This gardening is quite a bit of exercise. I took it easy at first, like you said. I still got a bit stiff. Now I can dig all day and not feel it a bit.
Well, you're looking fighting trim. Let's see how you weigh in. Hey, what are you doing? Trying to cheat on me?
Who's cheating? Remember the last time? No shoes. I'm not conceding a single pound.
Well, you don't have to. Just about what you should be. 160, maybe a little over. Hope you can keep it down that way. Come on over to the table now.
You know this gardening business, Doc? Well, my wife and I thought we might open a garden shop after I retire. Of course, I hope that won't be very soon, but you have to plan ahead. The job isn't everything.
Well, just don't go making too much work of your recreation. Let's see what all this has done for your blood pressure. sure and come in for your inventory next year.
Gosh, I'll be 53 then.
Why, the way you're aging, just another year younger.
Not with this falling hair. But if you try to do something about it, Doctor, then you could retire. Oh, goodbye.
Bye.
See you next year.
Hmm?